Hi guys, thanks for joining us for another episode of 2 on Tuesday, which is just where we're going to be posting videos every Tuesday. It'll be the two of us. We're going to share information, answer questions, and talk about health and wellness with you guys.
Yep. My name's Danielle Robbins.
I'm Laura Derrick.
And we want to just take this time to really hone in on how to get started. We usually get asked in the gym, what do you do? Like, what are the first steps? How do we get active and going? There's so many questions. It gets overwhelming. And so you kind of want to tackle this and deal with it before the new year so you can really get out and start doing, get active, and just start your wellness journey. So we're going to talk today about how to find a gym, what to look for, and little helps and tips to get you started.
Yeah. So what would you say are like the three most important things to look for when starting for a gym?
Yeah. I would say the first thing is coaching. There's different ways you can go about it, but if you are new to it or you really want to get the results as fast as possible, finding a coaching environment is going to be a great option. You want to look for that they know what they're talking about, so they didn't just throw you in a class or they didn't just throw you into a program, but that they're worried about your mobility, how you're moving, some type of an assessment. I would say that's the biggest. And then your next one's pretty big. What would you say?
Cleanliness.
Cleanliness.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the bathroom is like a telltale sign of what the rest of the cleanliness of the gym is. If they don't clean the bathroom well, they're not cleaning everything else well. So the equipment, you want a clean place because, that's like a germ, like Disney World.
Yes,
for germs.
Yes,
So.
and it does take a little bit as a gym to take care of your gym. So, as owners, so just ask maybe what do they do to clean their gym. Maybe give them some ideas. But you want to make sure that whoever's there before you has wiped down some type of something wherever you were, or the equipment. Just wipe it down, or at least you start doing it. It's your health, and that is part of it. And then I would say the last thing is accountability and community. If you don't have a community in the gym, maybe it's just you or something, find a buddy. There has to be somebody out there, a friend, a cousin, an old friend they haven't talked to a long time in Facebook. There's somebody out there.
Or make a new friend.
Yeah.
Reach out to somebody that's at the gym that you're attending and say, hey, I really need some accountability. You want to change, let's exchange numbers and keep in touch. And, that way you have some accountability. You have somebody meeting you at the gym. If you don't show up, they're going to wonder where you're at.
Yeah, I would say that's a big thing for Laura when she first started, is that somebody would text her, she didn't show up, and she just made new friends there. And that's one thing in our gym that's a huge thing, is we all make friends. And then if you haven't showed up in a week, hey, where are you? What are you doing? Get in here. And then we have this confession hour, and then we join, so we get back on it. So that's a huge thing, to feel that you are on the right track, and to somebody to help you, not to pull you down, but help you keep going forward.
Yeah, surround yourself with people that are going to build you up, not tear you down. Yeah. So let's talk about goals and making a plan, because if we don't, what is the saying? How does it go?
You fail to plan to fail.
Yeah. So what kind of programming would you say, and as far as like thinking about programming is something that you have to think about as part of the plan. So what would you say for like beginners, what do you want to keep in mind when going into a gym and thinking of a program, whether you're going to be at a place like LA Fitness where you're going in on your own, kind of like in a room full of machines, or in a classroom, a class setting where you have coaches telling you what to do? Yeah.
So I'd say the biggest thing is the goal. What is your end goal? What are you striving for? Is it that you have a competition, maybe a running competition or a triathlon? Maybe it's that you want to be stronger and that you're lacking the strength. So that's going to be the main component that's going to kind of direct you in that area. Depending on that is where your training will come along and the program. So let's say it's triathlon, then you're going to want to find a coach or some type of program online that's going to help you increase your running and in your cardiovascular. So that would be that area. And then if it's more for strength, then you're looking at more as a community gym that has strength training involved. But you have to think about that first. So you have to have that original goal. What's the end goal? What are you looking for? You have to actually think about that. You don't want to just show up at the gym and then mindlessly wander You can. It's
Which
actually
happens.
yes, but it's better.
And you're paying for that mindless wandering.
Yeah, and it is better than nothing.
Yes,
Right?
I guess
It
you're
is.
moving.
It is. It is. But you're doing something. But to kind of see the results and to stay motivated and stay on track, how much better if to know the end goal and then have a plan.
What would you say are some good short-term goals to keep in mind? You know, we want to have goals to help keep us motivated.
Yes.
What would be some good short-term goals to have?
Yeah. So I would say having that accountability partner, pick that person out. Or meet that person and then already start, having a plan. I'm going to reach out to you 3 times a week. I think it's best when you send them a picture every day you show up at the gym, like, hey, look at me. It doesn't mean they have to text back every single time, but I have so many people that'll come in the morning at 5 a.m. and post their picture of the workout and just a picture of them in there and saying, hey, I made it. And then they do this tag along thing. So you don't have to actually be together, but just that photo helps.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's one. The nutrition. Usually the best results come if you have some type of nutrition plan. So start out, maybe you're going to meal prep for a week. Maybe you're going to have a delivery service of food. Whatever it is, start to think about that and have that as a plan. So plan it out, map it out.
And track your calories.
Yes.
You know, sometimes we're not eating enough, which sounds kind of crazy,
Yeah,
but we don't
most
eat
people.
enough. We don't
Yeah.
eat enough to lose weight. Sometimes we're eating too much. So there's a lot of things you can go online
Yes.
to track how many calories you should be kind of eating to get an idea. You can use MyFitnessPal if you want to track the intake of all of your meals throughout the day. If you want something more basic, just to kind of give you an idea of what you should be eating every single day in order to be able to see
The results.
some results in losing weight.
Yeah. And then the other thing that's really big is decide how many days you're going to plan to go to the gym. That's another short-term goal. I thought about it. It's a really good idea. Well, at least I know it's in my schedule. I put it in for at least 3 days, 4 days, whatever those days are. But start somewhere and put those days in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens when I don't show up at the gym for 4 days?
Yes. So that's a big one. Don't beat yourself up. Get right back on track. Your brain tries to use anything to keep you more comfortable
Yes.
and want you to stay there. And usually when you start, it tends to be a little more negative, a lot harder. So throw it away, like we talked about last class. Get rid of that negative
Just
energy.
get up and get back in
go
there.
get in there. Yeah.
The longer we stay away, the harder it is to come back,
Yes.
because once you get in and you get through the first couple of weeks and you work through the soreness, then it starts to get a little bit easier, and then we fall off the wagon and we stop going to the gym and we know, oh my gosh, it's going to be so hard.
Yes.
But just do it. Get back and stop.
Turn this
Yeah,
off.
exactly.
Turn this off and just get on it. Get that accountability partner back. Say I messed up, which everybody does. Nobody's perfect. Life gets crazy.
Yeah.
But don't wait till January 1st, or don't wait till it start today and just
Today.
get right back.
Do it today.
Yeah.
We're not promised tomorrow.
Yeah.
So just do it today. Get up and go for a walk. Take your dog for a walk.
Yes.
Lots of dogs need to be walked. If you don't have a dog, you can borrow the neighbor's dog. You can go to the shelter. I mean, that's one of the easiest things, just to get your body used to, like, you got to use energy to create energy. Isn't that crazy? Like, somebody told me that once before. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. But it's true. You get up. I go to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm with energy all day long because I pushed myself, get out of bed, go to the gym. I don't want to do it, but I do it, and then I feel great all day. So what are some of the things that we need to remember, a lot of times for beginners, getting into the gym and getting started with a workout plan? What are some of the things that we want to remember?
Yeah, so as you're starting, lots of water. You want to drink lots of water. You also want to have a long-term plan. So yeah, we talked about short-term, but somehow just think about a 6-month. What do you want to see in the long run? So that can motivate you in the morning. If you want to look good in a bikini, there's really nothing wrong with that. Or look good in your old pants that you haven't worn in a while, or have some strong muscles. Whatever that is for you, that long-term plan is really going to motivate you to stay on track. And then I would say drinking tons and tons and tons of water. Not tons and tons. But a lot of water, because usually we don't get enough in, and that we're now being active. You're going to need that for recovery.
Yeah,
So
our muscles get sore, and the soreness is lactic acid being released from the muscle. So the water helps to flush that out, and the soreness will go away quicker.
Yes,
with
it all
drinking
helps.
lots of water.
And then I would say put a reminder on your phone. It sounds really funny, but the day goes by. And sometimes you don't drink water, but put that alarm on your phone. It'll help with water drinking, but also with stretching to get out of your chair if you sit, or just to stop and actually, do a few stretches. So that'll help continue to move the blood. The thing is, you feel like you don't want to move, and you need to actually move and stretch and move those arms and everything.
Yeah, because the muscles are sore. It hurts to move, but the stretching actually helps loosen them up.
Yeah. So.
What about mindset?
Yeah, that's a big one.
The battle of the mind.
Yeah, yeah. So we talked about it just a little bit, and especially last time, but you've got to really just be okay with where you are and know where you want to go. And with this plan that we just went over, it will really help you. But don't let it stay on too long with negative thinking. Whatever that negative thought is, replace it with that positive one.
And forget about the pride and the ego and that's, those are things that are just going to end up getting you hurt. In the gym, if you go in there like trying to keep up with everybody else and you haven't been working out in 6 months or whatever, it's you kind of have to use the people around you as encouragement, not competition, because we're competing with the us of yesterday. That's what we want to be, better than we were yesterday, do it better today than yesterday, and just have those people around us as encouragement, not competition, because that's where you're going to get hurt, and then you really be out of the gym for a few.
And everybody starts somewhere. So you see them in a certain location, and like the grass is greener, on somebody else's, but it's what you see them there now, but you don't know where they started, and so you don't know where you're gonna go and where you can pass and do. So just accept where you are today. Leave the ego. Just say, I'm right here today. I'm grateful that I'm even here. Replace it with gratitude, and it usually works really well.
It's your journey.
Yes.
So let's talk about some of the tools that we use in the gym.
Yes.
So we love doTERRA. doTERRA, go ahead and talk about doTERRA for a minute.
Yeah, so the quality of doTERRA is just surpasses anything that I've seen. I've done tons of research on it before getting into oils and just natural approach to wellness. They really check what you're getting, the quality of the oil. They work well with the farmers, and then on top of that, they are now seeing the actual effects that the oil has on the cell. And so this is a huge thing. You want to actually know that your oil is not a synthetic version, even though they can test it. So you just want to make sure it's clean and that it's having a good response to your body. And so we get that with doTERRA. They love what they do. They're passionate about it, and they don't compromise. You don't find that often. Even being gym owners, it's hard to keep such a high standard. So I'm super passionate about it, and we'd love to share some tips with you.
Yeah. You can actually use it. There's a lot of stuff that you can use. It's not just a diffuse, something you put in a water and it smells good in the air. Like, these are things that you can ingest that help. We were talking about muscle soreness. They're deep blue. These capsules are amazing. You can take these, just with your daily vitamins. And they really help with the inflammation and the muscle recovery.
It has some herbs in it and some oils, so both together really help just that process and really recovery and, like she said, inflammation. And then you have the oil.
And then the deep blue
blue oil. Yeah.
This stuff smells amazing.
Yeah. So it has wintergreen. It's like a menthol. It really helps kind of the joints and the muscles with that tenderness or that soreness. And it's just really, really going to help you kind of just recover faster and safer.
Yeah.
That's
and this is just like, you literally put a little drop of this in the palm of your hand with a little bit of coconut oil and rub it on. I have a couple of herniated discs in my neck, so I use this a lot. I can still work out. I modify as needed, but I can still work out. And the deep blue, these two things are lifesavers for me.
Helps.
They definitely help. I love them. I use them every single day. You want to talk about
so On Guard.
germs?
Yeah, so On Guard is a clean, it's a disinfectant, right? It has these properties in it, all these oils that are just a powerhouse for your immune system, but at the same time as it disinfects. So what I do before I go to the gym is I have just a little spray bottle. I'll fill it with water and maybe 10 to 15 drops of oil. And I will just spray my hands and just wipe them down. And now I know I'm protecting my immune system and uplifting it at the same time as getting rid of germs and cleaning. You can actually use it on your mat, your yoga mat, anything like that. So it is the bomb. It's awesome. Yeah.
Peppermint is another one that I love to use.
Yes.
I use this one actually as I'm having my cup of coffee in the morning. When I wake up, I pour my cup of coffee, I put a little drop of peppermint in the palm of my hand, and I put it on the back of my neck, and it's like 5 cups of espresso. It's like I'm awake. Yeah. It's very it's just uplifting. Yeah, it's uplifting, invigorating, like just really wakes you up, and it's like almost like instantaneous. And then while you're working out, you can use it right after your workout when you're hot and you're heated, and it'll cool you down. It can help to regulate your body temperature.
Yeah, that, and also it helps open the cardiorespiratory system, so all the blood flow and the oxygen, and so it gives you that extra breath that you might need in a run or in a workout. It is really amazing.
And it smells like Christmas.
Yeah.
It smells like candy canes.
It smells like a candy cane. It is some good stuff. So those are most of our tips. We are so grateful that you've joined us again. We'll be back on next Tuesday. Like us and follow, subscribe, and then let us know what you want to hear about. We are so excited to just continue sharing our wellness tips with you.
Yes, thanks for watching, guys.
Yes.
Have
Bye.
a great week.